Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Painting with your Ultra, the new Hydro Steenbeck Ultra 2024 edition. This is what we're using today, guys, and I want to show you what this brush can do because I think it's an incredible beginner's brush and for an advanced artist. It really is. H&S have come on leaps and bounds when it comes to their brush designs and builds, guys. Quality is like second to none. So today's portrait is the one you can see here. This is the one we're working from on the image here. It's a piece of lowrider art. It's a girl looking forward, sunglasses on, you've got some sharp highlights, and it's in a grayscale, but we're going to change this one up today and add a little bit of colour. So the paints we're using today, I've got some FW inks, we're going to be using those, Createx illustration, golden high flow acrylics, and auto air colours. So them sort of paint brands. Just to drop a little bit of colour on this portrait, we're going to do the lips and make them really pop nice and bright. The actual settings on this brush, if you're not used to or not seen the new Ultra, what makes this a really good beginner's brush is you've got some sleeve settings, a little collar on the back behind the trigger, and it's got like writing on there, and it's got prime, base, 1, 2, 3, and you've got open trigger, so it's full trigger like you'd have on a normal airbrush. From minimal paint to full paint, you've got that option, so you don't have to use the settings. You can use full trigger if you're a seasoned artist but really fancy buying the Ultra. You've got that setting. But the really cool thing with these settings is, guys, Hydro Steenbeck have tested the paint flows, the distances, so they're set for using at a certain distance, and they put the correct amount of paint down. So what I'm going to do on this video is I'm going to do the sleeve setting shots to the side of the screen, and when you see me go around this portrait you will see what setting I'm in. The only thing you're not going to be able to judge when the camera's filming is the distance, so I'll talk you through the distance settings now. If you were spraying full trigger, so if you've got a normal airbrush and you're used to full trigger and you're an experienced airbrusher, you'll know you can go right up close, minimal trigger, and if you come right back you can go full trigger with your air pressure settings as well. So if you're going close, always remember, drop your pressure. If you're coming back and want that more sort of broader spray, you can up your pressure and just back off from your panel. But the good thing about this brush is if you use the settings on the brush and just keep in mind a guide of a hand's distance away, you can use the settings, hand distance away, set your air pressure, get your paint mix right, and you can just get straight in and paint, guys. You've not got that worry of having full trigger as a beginner, slipping too far back and just blasting paint out. You've got that collar setting there. You go to the guide and it just puts that right amount of paint. It just makes your life really easy. A little bit more about the brush. Nice flat wide trigger to the top. Now I personally prefer a trigger top that is flat, wider, because everybody paints differently, everybody holds a brush differently. Some people sit to the back of the trigger, some people sit over the front, to the left or the right. Now if you've got a tiny little trigger top, and when you're a beginner, it's nice to find your comfortable spot when you paint, when you pick a brush up, because everyone holds the brush differently. So you've got a nice big trigger top, so you can find your way around the trigger, find your comfortable spot, you've got plenty of room, you're good to go. Nice feedback in this as well. So if you're wondering what the actual trigger is like, the trigger response is new on these brushes, guys. It's a completely different machine trigger, very, very responsive, loads of tension in the spring because it's a beginner's brush. You've got a lot of feel and feedback in the trigger. When you press down, you know you can feel when you're pressing down, and you can feel when you're pulling back, and it guides you and brings you back. So that's the trigger side of it. Chrome body, absolutely mint, guys. It really is very, very nice chrome, full chrome body. Inside the cup, highly polished, so it makes it very easy for cleaning. You just drop some water in or airbrush cleaner and it just cleans up very easy. To the front of the brush you've got a fixed head assembly. This does unscrew and you've got a floating nozzle underneath, just like all the other H&S range, like their modular system where you can change the needle and nozzle combinations in this brush. So if you wanted to put the Evolution front end or the Infinity front end needle and nozzle combo on this brush, you can upgrade this brush later on down the line. So they've kept that system on the new range that's coming out with the Ultra. So that's another good thing. To clean, if you get tip dry, which is very rare on this brush because it is a 0.45, so tip dry is sort of very minimal with this brush, but if you do get tip dry, they've made it really easy to clean. Usually you would be pinching your needle to clean the tip dry off, but with this system on this, the actual full crown cap piece at the front of the brush has got scallops cut out all the way around, and they point towards the needle. So if you look into the side of the brush, all them holes literally point towards the needle. So artist brush, nice cheap little artist brush, dip that in some airbrush cleaner and just poke the artist brush down the holes at the front of the brush, just poke around a few holes, blast through, and your needle's nice and clean. So it's very easy and quick to get on with, guys. As you're going to see in this portrait, I've been itching to get back on this. I've been doing some other stuff with other brushes this week, but it's just really nice to pick the Ultra up again and paint with it, because it makes you want to paint, guys, it really does. So we'll crack on. I'll stick you in a time lapse. I'm going to put the settings up to the side of the screen so you will see the colour settings that I'm in when I'm going around this portrait. If there's any other bits, you're going to see that in text come up at the bottom. I'll put as much into this as I can so you get to see how this is painted with the Ultra and the settings. So enjoy the video. I'll speak to you at the end and you'll see the finished piece. See you in a bit. Right guys, we've got the picture finished. We've been using the Ultra. I cannot bang on about this brush as much as I do. I've done a load of videos on this already, and I just think it is a solid brush for a beginner. You are not going to get a better brush for build quality out there, guys. You are really not. The new H&S's, the build quality is absolutely on point. It really is. I've not picked up another brush as solid and just as better build quality. You won't get it. They are the best for build quality, I think. They really are. Absolute joy to work with. At the beginning of the video, you've seen the settings that were coming up on the screen. Use like the base coat setting, going in on number 3 setting, and then I ended up just flicking it round to full trigger because I'm used to full trigger. I was just working it with full trigger, sat comfortably working with full trigger. Came in on the hair textures coming round, I dropped it to a setting, so I was going back from full trigger to settings and just enjoying the brush, and that's what it's about. You want a brush that you can pick up and enjoy and crack on and paint with, not stop starting, taking the front off, cleaning the nozzle out, fiddling with the paint. You just put the paint in it and it works, and that's what you want when you airbrush. You don't want to be fiddling around. You have to do enough fiddling around, projecting images up, sorting your artwork out, sorting your paints out. You just want to be able to pick the brush up and crack on, and that's what we did today in today's video, guys. So the Ultra, big thumbs up. I'll leave a link in the description. It'll take you straight over to the H&S site where you can order your Ultra if you're liking it. And as I say, with the modular system with H&S, people have been asking, can you change the needle and nozzles? Yes, you can. It's exactly the same as the Infinitec, the Evolution. You can change the needle and nozzle setups in this if you wish to. So if you want the prong cap, you can put the prong cap on. You want like the other sort of caps that they do, they will fit the front end of this, and the needles fit. So it's a win-win, guys, it really is. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, drop your comments. I will get back to you in the comments, guys, as quick as I can. I am a busy person. I can't sit on YouTube comments all day, and I have loads of comments, not just coming from sort of this video, but loads of other videos on the channel. So I'm trying to catch up and reply to everybody that's sent a message. So if you are liking what the content that's coming up and you've not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe, press the notification so you don't miss out on any more up and coming videos. Drop us a thumbs up, it does help the channel, and drop some comments on stuff that you'd like to see, anything that you're stuck on, whether it be paint side of things or airbrush stripping them down or reviews, anything that you want to sort of see, I'm here to help. So just drop your comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.